301 BLDS Coachmen Freedom Express here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is a toy hauler. What's more, this is an ultralight toy hauler. If this was a conventionally built toy hauler this size, it'd be killing a lot of trucks because toy haulers get very heavy very quickly. What confuses people is you have to consider not just the dry weight of the rig, but also the weight that you plan to put in it. So if you call and ask us, hey, can you tell me about that Coachmen toy hauler? The first question I'm going to say is, sure, what are you putting in it? Because really that's what matters. And everyone gets very focused on the cart and not the horse that you put inside of it, so to speak, or the horsepower as it were. A lot of toy haulers out there, they're not all built and equipped the same. That's why I put these videos together to show you things like the nicer grade power awnings you get on a Freedom Express. They move faster. They're better, service record, things like that. The nicer LED light strip mounted below the awning here against the base of this white awning. It cascades white light down onto your campsite to give you just a bright patio that does not blind the neighbors over here. Also, as compared to the awning lights that go in the tube, there's nothing wrong with lights in the tube. It's better than nothing. But hypothetically, if you've had a couple barley pops, then those lights can get a bit bitey at the end of the night. This is a soft glow and it glows everywhere. It's indirect. It's just easy. Let's while we're standing here, let's look at the wide stance axles. On a toy hauler, this is really nice because this works to help keep the trailer steady going down the road, so you don't get that big wiggle. Now, a lot of toy haulers can be very heavy tongue weight. That's because they're designed to have weight behind the axles. It's called a cantilever effect, or a seesaw. Think of it like a seesaw. All of this trailer, most of it is in front of the axles. You have a lot of heavy stuff up here, like your Slideout in your kitchen and your bedroom. Well, you're supposed to have a good 1,000 pounds loaded in that garage to counteract a lot of that. That's what this is designed for. So when you're first towing it home empty, yeah, it's going to tow a little rough. Put a bike in it, it evens out. That's what this is made for. That's the kind of stuff nobody ever seems to tell folks for some reason. Your Freedom Expresses can come as an option with these Coleman outdoor stoves like you see here. This is a good chance for me to mention not every 301 we carry will be just like this one. This is stock footage to teach you about this product and to show you how our dealership not only will go above and beyond, we already are. We're showing you stuff and telling you stuff other dealers won't, or maybe don't even know, because frankly most places don't know anything about the trailers they sell. It's sad but true, they don't. Freedom Express has always been known for having one of the largest, if not the largest, front pass-through storage in its class. And look around. Remember, this is an ultralight trailer, but you see good quality materials. You don't see pressboard and particle board. You see good quality materials. Now notice too, they have extra wide baggage doors, so you can actually put like your Faulkner zero gravity chairs and big chairs in there. Good bullet nose design. It looks cool. It'll probably help the wind sweep a little bit. That being said, frankly, any travel trailer is a rolling brick behind your truck. So a blunt nose versus a bullet nose, it's a marginal difference at best. However, a lot of lightweights, because remember, at the end of the day, this is still a lightweight trailer. That's the way it's built, is built to the specs of an ultralight. A lot of them don't have the diamond plate up front, so the front fiberglass gets all dinged up and scarred up, and it just looks terrible. Well, they protect you over time here. Now, a couple more things. We do have this elevated tray here. This is designed for either general cargo utility type stuff, or if you want to put a little suitcase generator or something up there, you can bolt that down or just set it there when you get to your destination, kind of whatever you want to do. Frankly, that'd be a great spot for a cooler. You can do anything you want with it. Spare tires and toy haulers are tricky. A lot of toy hauler brands leave the tire loose. You're supposed to just like walk over it, I guess, when you get to your destination. That's just not the case here. They give you a perfect spot for it. Because remember, you don't have a rear bumper to mount a spare tire. It's a toy hauler. The whole rear wall folds down. You can put two batteries actually above that spare tire below the generator rack with a pair of 20-pound propane tanks up front. A lot of toy haulers have gone to 30-pound tanks. Freedom Express has stuck with 20s because they're just easier. If it's Sunday and it's 5 o'clock and you want to grill and you're out of gas, don't worry about it. Swap 20-pound tanks out anywhere, everywhere, any time of day. 24-hour gas station, swap you a 20-pound propane tank. Try to get a 30-pound propane tank filled on the weekend. It's a trick question. Not a lot of places do it. Wait till the camera zooms in. There you go. You can see the skin on this slide out here. It's extra rough on purpose so that it pulls that slide taut. If that slide got like folded halfway in and out like that, well, there's a gap. That means water can seep in, and it's a seal that doesn't touch is not sealing. It's not doing its job. That can be a problem, obviously. You may have noticed as we got close there, these windows on the sides of the slide out do in fact open for ventilation. That's a big deal at Freedom Express. And that's kind of what I was getting at with the whole like spare tire thing. This is designed with the end user in mind. This isn't just built to look pretty so a dealer can sell. Every camper looks pretty. They all look cool, man. I mean, what are you actually going to enjoy using over time? That's what this thing's built for. The spring assist on these is actually so extreme that when it first comes from the factory, you see it will hold that door up a little bit. Use it a couple times and it relaxes and goes down to the ground like it's supposed to. The table. This is a little table that can go between the benches in the garage area. But one thing I like to show is how you can take it outside. And it's been, I mean, you can see it's been raining today. The puddles are forming and everything. But I'm not worried about this table being outside because it's sealed edges. Water cannot seep into a seam and swell. It can't cause this thing to fall apart. It's going to look great like that. Plus, it's nice and easy and lightweight. When we start walking into the garage here, I want to point out a couple things. First of all, we have 12 floor-mounted D-rings. That's a lot. I have actually seen some toy hauler brands with none, which boggles my mind. I don't understand how you're supposed to tie down a fully dressed Harley or a Goldwing when there's no tie downs. But not every trailer is built for the end user. Some are just built to have a good price tag. That's why I put this stuff together. Folks who have never owned an RV, you don't know what you don't know. And these are the kind of things that, you know, we've learned from years in this business. I grew up camping. These are things that I was fortunate enough to learn without spending thousands of dollars to learn the hard way. Not everyone gets that luxury. Notice this is dovetailed. So you have an easy angle of attack here, which is nice. Because if you didn't, again, that fully dressed Harley, you'd bottom out. The rear tent wall, that's an option that we like to add on to these. It can kind of turn this rear garage into a 3 seasons room. And that's what a lot of people forget. A toy hauler doesn't just haul toys. It also moves people. And it launches, it's the launch pad for your whole vacation. You know, you can use this, you can roll down, there's a little interior tent wall. Let me get a little closer up here. You can actually kind of see through there. So you can unzip part of this if you want to. So you can have just a screen room, or you can close off the rear wall. You can turn this from just a garage into a 3 seasons room. You can use this like a pair of benches with the table in between to have your own rear entertainment and dinette, so it can be an extended living room. You can fold down both benches like I've done here to use it like an alternative bunkhouse. We have added as an option the Happy Jack bed lift here, so you can use this like an extended alternative bunkhouse. Now what's kind of cool is this is an extra 60 by 80 bed. This is a true queen. This is not just a normal bunk, but they do leave you the handy little shelf up here for I don't know, alarm clocks, stuff like that. So whenever you want it out of the way, you can just lift it up out of the way. Now what's cool in a Freedom Express is this bed and those benches operate separately. So if you want to really lower that upper bunk all the way down, you can. You know what else is kind of cool is the alternative uses even for this space. If you just don't need this for sleeping, it's not like it's a waste of space. This just became an attic. This became a storage space. Pull the mattress out, store it away, leave it in the bag, put it in when you trade it in, and this tray will be worth more money. Congratulations. In the meantime, you have a giant drawer here that can go against the ceiling and out of the way. You can use this for fishing poles. Let's say you're a hunter. This can be used for your firearms. This can be kind of a gun safe. This could be extra clothes, blankets, anything you want. This could be a power pantry. I mean, you could do anything with it. Back here we have, we do have air vents up here, and we do have a heat duct down here, so you do get climate controls even in this rear room. We also have an extra vent up here for ventilation, and your side windows do open for ventilation as well. They don't put big fancy valances and lambrequins on their windows here in the garage of the Freedom Express just because it's too easy to get handlebars and things caught on them and rip them off. But you do still have nicer pleated shades here, so you do still get privacy when you want it, where you want it. Again, if you're using this like a bunkhouse. Second entry door here is also nice if the kids are coming and going. They have their own little freedom to do that. And we have extra you know, blanket space for helmets, just about anything you want up here. I've had folks ask me, what are these things? This is a 2-directional air vent. So if you're loading, the exhaust fumes that get pushed into the trailer, they can exhaust out without leaving your trailer smelling like exhaust. The full sliding patio door right here is cool because it allows for not only just that visual exchange, but also light exchange. And just dumb little things again in a Freedom Express, just the bigger handles here. Now notice how much brighter it gets when I flip that light on. These are 100% LED interior lights. The one for the living room is over here. There you go. I mean, check out the difference this makes, you know. No lights, lights. I mean, it comes alive. Look at that. It's like a whole different creature in here. By the way, the color scheme we're looking at here is called cobblestone. I mention that because, again, not every 301 is going to look exactly like the one in this video. This is here to give you a good idea about this product. So, you have easy access to the storage pockets below the dinette, but Freedom Express goes a step further because every ounce counts, guys. They also give you these cool little slider panels here, so you can get to the entirety of the U-dinette, get to every ounce of that slide-out storage space. Now in the living room, you are getting nice valances and lambrequins, and again, these windows do open for ventilation. Even in the slide-out, 100% LED lighting, and it is as bright. I was looking right at that. I'm blinking a little here. I'm seeing spots. No one ever said I was smart. Central air conditioning. I mentioned the central air does push back to the garage. We will often, not always, upgrade to a 15,000 BTU instead of a 13.5 BTU AC unit. In English, 50% stronger. Now, because this is a toy hauler, because it's extra tall, you get an extra pocket up here that you would not normally find in the kitchen of a Freedom Express. But you do maintain the extra tall cabinetry here that you're not going to find from a lot of other brands. We talked about the sealed surface countertops so that water can't get in those and penetrate and cause problems. And remember, you know, you're around a sink. Water is a potential. They have the best drawer under the sink of anyone I've ever seen. And that's true in basically every Freedom Express with basically no exceptions. Lots of good kitchen storage space here. This actually has a lot of storage for a smaller living room, you know. But you got to remember, when you have 12 foot roughly, or 10 foot, or whatever size this garage is back here, I'd have to get a tape measure. I just can't. I look at numbers all day and they bleed together, and I am sorry about that. But you got to remember, a good 10 or 12 feet of your living room is already occupied back here. So this is like extended living room space here, or that is, or whichever way you want to think about it. Up here in the entertainment center, normally the person who sits here would have the worst seat in the house because they wouldn't get to see whatever fun programs on television. Freedom Express thought of that, though, and they said, here you go, let's have a nice little swing arm mount for our television. TV is going to be included with this, by the way, 32-inch HD TV. We've simply already pulled it out. It was raining this morning when this trailer came in, and I didn't want to leave the toy hauler gate down in the rain, because then you really would not want to buy it. And that is obviously the opposite of the end goal. Anyway, AM/FM Bluetooth DVD player, so you don't need to bring along extra electronics. And I didn't even realize I was covered up. There's outlets all over the place. They're awesome about outlets in their Freedom Expresses. Let's move up front here. You actually have a kitchen pantry, and people don't realize that in this model. But you do have a good pantry space here as well. It does go from floor to ceiling, essentially. Bathroom is minimal, but you have enough legroom. You can actually sit on the stool and use it. And because this is an extra tall ceiling, which is funny because a Freedom Express is normally a tall trailer, but I mean, you have tons of headroom in here. You're never going to hit your head in here unless you play NBA, you know, for a living. So on the way through, one thing I want to point out, and this is another one of those end user perks. This is not made just for a dealer. Is the handy little charging station. You plug your phone chargers in here, close it, and now you just have to dangle a tiny cord out there. So at the end of the day, all you have to do is just set your phone there and have 2 inches of power cord hanging out. You don't have to take your phone and set it here, plug it into the wall, and have this big scraggle full of cables laying everywhere. I don't even know if that's a word, but I know you know what I mean because everybody's done it. Nobody likes having a giant mess of cords hanging all over in their living room. That's why you don't have to worry about it in here. Now, their bathroom area here is pretty nice in that it has a very big countertop space over here. We do have storage below, so you have room to keep like your extra toilet paper and chemicals and things. Now, usually the front storage in a toy hauler, there isn't usually a lot to speak of, but they utilize every square inch of that nose cap they possibly can. You know, even if it's not the largest pocket you've seen in the world, it's something, and something is better than nothing every day of the week. You know, full queen bed here. And, you know, I prefer a walk-around front bed. You got to remember, though, to make this bed face this way, they'd have to extend this trailer 3 feet. this is already a pretty good sized girl. You don't want to extend this thing any further. If you did, you would not be towing it. Not with the type of truck that you can tow this one with anyway. It would knock it right out of that comfortable towing category. So there's a lot of logic and a lot of intelligence that went into this, and some smart design features. And that's why we're so successful with these. You know, Coachmen's a brand that's been around for over 50 years now. They have more experience than anybody. They've been doing it longer. And there's lots of good coaches. I'm not saying this is the only one to purchase. I'm saying it's certainly worth a look. And, you know, I think you'll get to see why they build it the way they build it and the way it's super beneficial for you. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, happy camping.